It's another tag. Oh, you love me. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Ritaholic. My name is Silke and today I will be doing the Novelty Christmas song book tag. Did I say it correctly? So the tag was done by Becca over at the Becca Fowl. I was tagged to do this by Gem from Bookish Gems. I will leave both down below. It's a fairly quick tag, it's a fairly quick video. Today, on the 25th in Denmark, is mostly Christmas lunches, but I will be busy from around 11 until tomorrow. I think without further ado, let's just get into the tag. I will say, I don't know any of these songs. I am gonna focus on the prompts. Number 1, Proper Crimbo by Bo Selecta. Favorite comedic relief character. That was a tough one for me because I do read a lot of fantasy and there is always some type of comedic relief, but not anyone that kind of comes to mind. So not anyone that stands out. And I don't read a lot of humorous books, so I didn't really know what to go for. But I decided to go for Land of Stories. There is a bunch that I like. For example, Little Red Riding Hood, Froggy. There is also later on a horse that I don't remember the name of. I also really like the mom and the mother's boyfriend. I don't remember his name. It might be Bob. But there's a bunch of characters that has that comedic relief, and I just feel like this book in itself is a great pick for that. But if I need to pick a specific one, I'm gonna go for Little Red Riding Hood because she's just so unlikable, but in the most likable way. It doesn't make any sense when I put it like that, but that is just Red Riding Hood, and I just love everything that this book does. So I'm gonna go for that for the first prompt. If you don't know, Land of Stories follows these two siblings, Alex and Connor, as they discover that their grandmother's storybook is actually a portal to a different world where all of the fairy tales are coming true. The thing that I really like about this is that it's kind of twisty. So we have Goldilocks, who is like a similar character to Robin Hood in this, and I just really like that. And Red Riding Hood has kind of taken over a city, and that is just her city of the kind of misfits, where she is now queen and she has a wolf as a pet that's called Wolfie or something along those lines. I actually don't remember. No, it's not called Wolfie, it's called Claudius, and I freaking love it. There's just so many great ways, and it's a great book to kind of rediscover your favorite fairy tales, but they're kind of done in a different way. So you can see the characters that you used to grow up with and that you love, and that they are just depicted in a different way. I don't think that there's any of the typical characters that you would grow up with and love that are portrayed in a bad way, but there's definitely, I think there was a kind of like a redemption arc for Lady Tremaine and her daughters, and I really did enjoy that. So the second one is Baby It's Cold Outside by Tom Jones and Cerys Matthews. I think I know that one, but I'm not sure. But that is a favorite bookish villain. I can't really say too much about the villain because it's spoilery. Sorry, but I will show the book, tell you a little bit about the book instead, as if I haven't talked about it a million times already. So this is Graceling. The villain is superior. I like it. In this we follow Katza. Katza is a Graceling and she has a grace for killing. She is used as a weapon by the king called Grande, and I mean, she is sent on missions to kind of threaten people, kill people, anything. But aside from that, she also has a secret council that is kind of like a rebellious council, and they also go on missions, and that is where we first meet Katza as she is trying to save a prince. There's obviously a lot more to it than that, but I don't want to be too spoilery, and also I've talked about it a million times, so I think you might already know. Next up we have Merry Christmas, Kiss My Ass by All Time Low, and that is favorite dedication in a book. I am sorry to say this, I don't really read too many dedications. I have read a bunch in the Chris Colfer books, and that is also one of the books that I've gone with. I know I have some humorous ones, and that is usually the ones that I prefer, but I couldn't really think of any, so I decided to go with the one from Land of Stories by Chris Colfer because I think it's absolutely beautiful. So let me read it to you. To all the brave people who dared to be themselves during a time that didn't accept them. Thanks to you, I get to be me. And I think that's absolutely beautiful, and it warms my heart, and I get depressed and sad, and I don't know. I love it, and I hate it, and it's beautiful, and it makes me break, like, it makes my heart break, but it's also so empowering. So it makes me feel all the things. So I had to choose that. Next up, we have a Cheeky Christmas by the Cheeky Girls, and that is a favorite sibling relationship. I had to go for this. I like the sister dynamic in this because it seems very realistic. It's like, I want to die for you, but also you piss me off. We can be the best of friends or the worst of enemies, and that is what this book does with the sibling relationship, and that is just so correct. Like, I have a brother and sometimes we want to murder each other, but other times we're the best of friends. I really like the way that this book got that. In Blade of Secrets, if you don't already know, we follow Siva. She is a magical bladesmith and she can infuse magic into the weapons that she makes so that the weapons themselves will be magical. And we like that. She then receives a commission to make a weapon, a very powerful weapon for this warlord, and she does. And then she discovers the warlord's intention, and then she flees with said weapon and her sister, along with some other friends that will become like a found family thing. And I just really, really enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. It is so nice, it is so wholesome, and I really like it. Also, there is great mental health rep in this. If you ask me, I can definitely relate a lot to Siva. So it has all of my favorite tropes, and I just really love it. Next up, we have Christmases All Around by Billy Mack, and that's a favorite retelling or reimagining. I don't know if I would call this like a favorite of mine, like a favorite book, but I really like the premise and like what they've done with it. So I'm gonna go for Thornwood, but also just the Sisters Ever After series in itself, even though I haven't continued. But I really like the whole, what if they had siblings? Like, what if the famous fairy tale characters that we know and love, what if they had siblings? And what if the siblings just were ignored when the stories were told? And I really like this. In this one, we follow Sleeping Beauty and her sister, I think her name was Bryony. Yeah, Bryony. She actually has a major role in the whole waking her sister and trying to figure out what actually did wake her sister and what is going on. And I just really like that, and it's such a beautiful story. It didn't end the way that I thought it would, and I actually really liked it. So I think if you read this, you would be surprised by the ending. It is so good. And finally, It Was a Masked Christmas by Jimmy Fallon, Ariana Grande, and Megan the Stallion. A 2020 release you loved. I had to go for this. This is definitely still one of my all-time favorite books, and I'm kind of a little bit scared of rereading it because I'm afraid that I won't love it as much, but also I'm sure I will. So, yes. But this is These Violent Delights. It was released in 2020, and it is one of my all-time favorites. In this, we follow Juliet and Roma in 1926 Shanghai, and they're trying to figure out what's going on because there's like this plague kind of thing going on, and they're trying to figure out what it is and how to stop it, and to do so they need to work together despite the fact that they're from rivalry gangs and they are ex-lovers. We love that. It has to be this one. Favorite 2020 release, I think. That was actually it. It was a fairly short tag, but I feel like that is all I needed for today. It is Christmas! Well, now it's not Christmas anymore, at least not in Denmark. So from now on you will be seeing me in New Year's outfits. Maybe. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what your favorite 2020 release was. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!